Hello. Got a special video today of my main man. In my lifetime, if I was to name the top 5 things I loved in life, one of those would be George Strait music. And for a long time, it's my favorite kind of music to listen to was country, and George Strait was by far my favorite artist. So when I received a turntable Christmas of 2018 from my wife, I just had to get on the hunt for George Strait vinyl, and I have a pretty good selection here to show off today. And I'm gonna start with the oldest one first, okay? So I have his very first studio album, Straight Country. I love the cover. I love the title of this record, and some of the songs that we all know and love. Unwound was his first single. Blame It on Mexico. If you're thinking you want a stranger, there's one coming home. Down and Out, and Her Goodbye Hit Me in the Heart. Great record right here, and one of my prized possessions for sure. George Strait, Straight Country. Next one I have is his second release, Straight from the Heart. Another awesome album title. He's got Full Hearted Memory. You've got I Can't See Texas from Here, Marina Del Rey, Heartbroke, A Fire I Can't Put Out, and one of his best of all time, one of the best country songs of all time, Amarillo by Morning. George Strait, Straight from the Heart. Beautiful. Next up, we've got George Strait, Right or Wrong. And this one, you know, most of his obviously are on the MCA label. They had him his whole career, I believe. But this one has You Look So Good in Love, Right or Wrong, 80 Proof Bottle of Tear Stopper, Let's Fall to Pieces Together. Great record. Again, I mean, over 50 #1 hits out of George Strait since the early 80s. I mean, you can't tell me there's a better country artist. He didn't write a lot of his songs, so that's one. You know, you might say somebody like Alan Jackson, Keith Whitley, guys that wrote their own stuff, could be above him. But as in great songs, 50 #1 hits or more, untouchable. All right, we got George Strait, Does Fort Worth Ever Cross Your Mind? Another great record with the title track, Does Fort Worth Ever Cross Your Mind? You're Dancing This Dance All Wrong. The Cowboy Rides Away, one of my favorite to play and sing on the guitar. And The Fireman. I've never talked about my sports career, but I played college baseball, professional baseball, and I was at Georgia Tech. My song that I came out to out of the bullpen was George Strait, The Fireman. So, special one right there. And then I got the George Strait Greatest Hits. A lot of the, obviously all the best songs on those first few records that I showed are on this. Cool cover again. I named every song that's on here from those other records, so we won't go through that. Good collaboration. The next one in chronological order is George Strait's Something Special. I don't love this cover, but the songs are great. You've got Haven't You Heard, In Too Deep, The Chair, which is another one of the greatest country songs of all time. Lefty's Gone is one of my favorites. There you go, George Strait, Something Special. Next up, George Strait, number 7. Standing in front of the barn, got the lasso, True Cowboy right here, George Strait. You've got Nobody in His Right Mind Would Have Left Her. Rhythm of the Road. It Ain't Cool to Be Crazy About You, written by Dean Dillon. And if I went through all these songs, so many are written by Dean Dillon. He was an amazing songwriter and pretty good artist on his own that just didn't have a long career as a solo, but wrote tons of great country songs with George Strait reaping the benefits of most of them. And then Cowtown is a great song written by Tex Ritter. So pretty good record right there as well. Now we'll move on to Oceanside Property, probably one of his most famous songs, We've got All My Exes Live in Texas on here. Am I Blue, Oceanfront Property. My Heart Won't Wander, very far from here, is a little known song that is terrific on here. Checking to see if it was written by Dean Dillon. It was not. But going back to Dean Dillon, he wrote Oceanfront Property on this one. He wrote Without You Here that's on this one. He wrote I'm All Behind You Now, which was not one of his hits, radio hits, but great song. Next up, George Strait, If You Ain't Lovin', You Ain't Livin'. Beautiful. If you ain't loving, you ain't living. So true. Under These Conditions, Baby Blue. Such an awesome song. Famous Last Words of a Fool. Unbelievable song. Back to Being Me. I mean, you could put this record on and just sing along, just enjoy some steel guitar and George Strait's voice. Can't beat it. Next, we're getting back into the later 80s and early 90s where his records got a little more rare and are more valuable. His career started when vinyl was in its heyday still in the early 80s. But once you get later in the 80s and then the early 90s, harder to come by and they're more valuable. And it took me a little longer to, spend the money to get these. But I've got most of his best ones. I still need the one from the movie Pure Country. I still need a couple of his Christmas albums. And then I can probably stop there. I might get some of his newer releases on vinyl as well later on, but I wanted the first studio releases first. But we have Beyond the Blue Neon. I really love this cover. He's in a pool hall, got the neon sign. Show you the back. Back keeps the pool hall theme. But on this one, we got Beyond the Blue Neon, which is a great song. Hollywood Squares, Overnight Success, Ace in the Hole, another unbelievable song. Baby's Gotten Good at Goodbye, What's Going On in Your World, Too Much of Too Little. I mean, if you love George Strait, get on it, because these are great records to own. Next is George Strait, Living It Up. We're starting to get in the more rare ones again. As I said, this one has I've Come to Expect It From You, which I love that song. Heaven Must Be Wondering Where You Are. Great country music title right there. Drinking Champagne's a good song. She Loves Me, She Don't Love You. And another one of his best songs of all time, Love Without End, Amen. Great record. These last two are the ones that really cost me and are the most valuable of all of them. I'll save the last one, which is actually a Discogs median of $75. I think I found it for about $40, so I was real happy. But it's a $75, the last one. This one here is probably about $30 in value. And I think I got it for 15 or 18, something like that. So pretty happy. Unbelievable cover right here. This was from 1991, I believe. George Strait, Chill of an Early Fall. If you haven't heard this song and you love country music, go listen to it. We've got Chill of an Early Fall on here. If I Know Me, unbelievable song. Written by Dean Dillon, by the way. You Know Me Better Than That. Lovesick Blues, it's a remake. Milk Cow Blues, it's a remake. Her Only Bad Habit Is Me, and Is It Already Time? But for If I Know Me and Chill of an Early Fall, which would both make my top 10 George Strait songs of all time, 1991 release, good valuable record. Try to find you one. And the last one, and the most valuable one, George Strait, Holding My Own. This was 1992. This was probably this is the last one, produced on vinyl. I think this was a MCA Club release until vinyl got back popular again. Staying with the MCA logo. But this song, this has You're Right, I'm Wrong, Holding My Own, which is the title track, and it's unbelievable. Gone as a Girl Can Get, So Much Like My Dad, Trains Make Me Lonesome, All of Me Loves All of You, and Wonderland of Love is a pretty good song too. So this record right here has a Discogs median of around $75. Beautiful. I've got it in great condition. And I'd like to show that one off. So that is my George Strait collection. And again, I mean, if I was to say all genres of music, George Strait would be at the very top of my list, along with Led Zeppelin and now some jazz guys that I've fell in love with. So hope you enjoyed my video. Comment, like, and subscribe. I'd love to talk music. Hey, until next time, keep spinning that next play.